OpenAI just dropped their AI agent builder, and the internet is losing its mind. I've seen dozens of posts claiming that this is the end of n8n, Make.com, Zapier, and basically every automation agency out there. But here is what nobody is actually telling you, is that this is not the threat that you think it is. In fact, if you understand what's actually happening here, this is probably the biggest opportunity that you will see this year. Now, let me just explain why. So first, what exactly did OpenAI launch? Well, what they released is a drag and drop agent builder that lets you just visually design multi-agent workflows. So you can connect different nodes, add guardrails for safety, integrate with their model context protocol servers, MCP. And apparently they're adding protection against prompt injection and other security concerns that enterprises would normally care about. Now the interface, it looks very clean, to be honest. It's integrated directly into ChatGPT, and for the millions of people already using ChatGPT, this is going to be their first real taste of agent building. Now, if you are to go on Reddit or Twitter or LinkedIn, you'll see a lot of panic. People are saying that n8n is dead, automation agencies are finished, and that OpenAI just commoditized our entire business model. But here's the thing. These people fundamentally misunderstand what n8n and these automation platforms actually do. Where n8n isn't just an AI agent builder. Most of the workflows people build in n8n don't even use AI. So we're talking about connecting APIs and moving data between different systems and triggering actions and just based on events and really building complex business logic that has nothing to do with LLMs. Now, I saw this one user on Reddit actually, he put it perfectly when they said that they have over 50 workflows in n8n and none of them use AI. So they're using it for business automation, not just agent building. So the idea that OpenAI's tool kills n8n is like saying, just because Microsoft Word exists, nobody needs Excel anymore. They're fundamentally different tools that solve different problems. But let's just talk about what OpenAI is actually trying to do here, because their strategy, it's actually pretty transparent. Now, they want to just pull as much agent building activity as possible into their ecosystem. That's all it is. So think about it. If you are already using ChatGPT and now you can build agents just right there with built-in security features that make it easier to pass your company's compliance review, why would you even be going to another platform? You wouldn't. So that's the play. They're trying to create essentially like a walled garden where everything happens within OpenAI's infrastructure, just using OpenAI's models on OpenAI's terms. And for just casual users who wants to just automate some basic tasks, this is going to be amazing for them. So if you're a small business owner who wants to build a simple customer support agent or just automate some email responses, well, in this case, OpenAI's agent builder is probably perfect for you. And it's going to lower the barrier to entry significantly. But here's where it gets kind of interesting for us. So lowering the barrier to entry, it doesn't kill the market. It actually expands it. So there's this concept in business when a major player enters a niche market. They don't destroy the existing players. They instead expand the entire market. Now, before OpenAI launched this, maybe 1 in 100 business owners even knew what an AI agent was. Now that OpenAI is marketing this to their massive user base, that number, it's definitely going to explode. Now, suddenly, business owners who never thought about AI automation are now going to start asking questions like, what else can I automate? Or how do I connect this to my CRM? Can someone help me build something more complex? But here is what also makes this democratization different from past waves, is that it's not just entrepreneurs and business owners learning this stuff anymore. It's going to be employees inside of companies. So that means your prospects, team members are experimenting with this right now. Their marketing coordinator is building agents, maybe not right now, but very soon they will be. Their operations manager, they're watching YouTube tutorials. And this creates a fascinating dynamic because when employees actually start building things internally, they inevitably hit walls and they build something that works for their department, but breaks when another team tries to use it realistically. And they create this agent that handles the happy path perfectly, but it's going to fall apart the moment that something unexpected happens. And suddenly, leadership is going to realize that they need someone who actually knows how to architect these systems properly, who can actually build for scale and reliability, not just for proof of concept. So yes, the barrier to entry, it's dropping. That is definitely real and it's accelerating. But what most people do not understand is that lowering the barrier to entry actually creates more opportunity for professionals, not less. because now you have got thousands of half-built projects inside of companies that really need someone to come in and fix them and scale them and actually make them production ready. And that's where you, ideally, or somebody else can come in, because OpenAI's Agent Builder, despite how powerful it might seem, it does have some significant limitations that aren't going away. So first, it's locked into OpenAI's ecosystem, at least right now. You can't easily use Claude or Gemini or any other model. You're just stuck with whatever OpenAI is going to offer. And second, it's cloud-based only. So there's no, again, just right now, there's no self-hosting option, which immediately disqualifies it for any business that needs to keep their data on premises for compliance or security reasons. And third, this is a really big one. It's designed for simplicity, not really complexity. Again, just right now, maybe in the future, it will be. And I'm sure I could actually guarantee that it will be. But the hard truth about agent building that most people don't understand is that there's a massive difference between building a cute weekend project and building something that actually works in production. Now, I've worked with enough businesses to know that the moment you try to deploy an agent that handles real business processes with real consequences, everything changes completely. You need auditability. You need to be able to trace every decision that agent has ever made. You need granular control over the tools that it can access and under what conditions as well. And you need the ability to debug when things go wrong, which they definitely will. And here's where this democratization argument actually works in your favor. So as more people start playing with OpenAI's Agent Builder, they're going to hit these limitations fast, and they're going to build something that works 80% of the time, and then the other 20% is just going to drive them crazy or be extremely detrimental to their business. And they're going to realize that they need someone who actually understands how to architect these systems properly, how to design for predictability and reliability, and how to integrate with all of their existing systems and all of their tools. So the value in this space, it's not knowing which buttons to actually click. It's not in being the best n8n expert or the fastest make.com or Zapier workflow builder. The value is just in understanding business problems and knowing how to design AI solutions or solutions in general that actually solve them. And OpenAI's Agent Builder, it doesn't change that one bit. It's not going to change anything for my business. And if anything, it just reinforces it. So just to give you some example, let's say a business owner uses OpenAI's Agent Builder to create a customer support agent. They follow the templates, they connect it to their email, and boom, they now have an automated customer support system, right? Except now they're noticing that the agent is giving inconsistent answers. So sometimes it's too formal, sometimes it's too casual, it's occasionally hallucinating information about their products. And worst of all, they have zero idea which customer interactions were handled well and which ones were disasters. Now that business owner, he's going to be start looking for help. So they're going to search for consultants who can actually fix the mess that they have created. And that is your or somebody's opportunity. So you're now competing with OpenAI's Agent Builder. So you're coming in after they've used it and realize that they need professional help to do it right. Now, you absolutely should learn about OpenAI's Agent Builder. The moment it's available, you should be right there, just playing around with it, understanding its capabilities and its limitations, figuring out how it really fits into your toolkit. But you should not panic that this somehow makes your skills irrelevant. In fact, if we look at history, every time a major platform tries to democratize a complex technical skill, it just creates more opportunity for experts, not less. So when WordPress made it easy for anyone to build a website, did web developers go extinct? No, not even close. The market for web development, it exploded because suddenly everybody wanted a website, and they quickly realized that the DIY approach only gets you so far. And when Shopify made it easy to launch an e-commerce store, did e-commerce agencies disappear? No, as a result, they thrived because the barrier to entry, it dropped and the market expanded massively. And the same pattern is just going to play out here. OpenAI is going to introduce millions of people to the concepts of AI agents and just AI in general, I suppose. And a percentage of those people, they're going to try to build things themselves. And a percentage of those people are going to need professional help to do it right. And that's your market. But here's the critical shift that you need to make if you want to actually capitalize on this opportunity, where you cannot position yourself as the person who builds agents in OpenAI's Agent Builder. That's just going to be a race to the bottom. But instead, you need to position yourself as the person who actually understands business operations, somebody who can diagnose high value problems and who happens to just use AI agents as one tool among many to solve those problems. And when a prospect comes to you saying that they want an AI agent, your first question shouldn't be like, what platform do you want to use? It should be like, instead, like, what business problem are you trying to solve? Because most of the time, what they think that they need and what they actually need are going to be like two distinct things. Maybe they think that they need a customer support agent when what they really need is better documentation and just a more intuitive product. Or maybe they think that they need a sales outreach agent when what they're actually needing is just to fix their value proposition and their messaging. So your job, it isn't to sell them an agent. Your job is to just understand their business deeply enough to know whether an agent is even the right solution. And if it is, how to design it in a way that actually creates measurable value. And this is where the real opportunity lies. So while everybody else is fighting over who can build the coolest agent in OpenAI's builder, like, you're going to be solving real business problems that companies will pay $10,000, $20,000 or more to actually fix. And you're going to use whatever tools make sense for the job. Sometimes that might be OpenAI, sometimes it might be n8n, sometimes it's make.com, sometimes it's a combination of multiple different platforms. And with that being said, like, the reason n8n isn't going to go anywhere has nothing to do with its technical features. It's just because businesses need platform agnostic solutions. They need the ability to self-host. They need to connect to legacy systems that OpenAI may not support for a while. So they need customization that goes beyond what any drag and drop builder can offer. And you know what else is a huge portion of valuable automation work has nothing to do with AI at all. When I work with clients, maybe 40% of what we build uses LLMs, and the other 60%, it's just traditional automation. Connecting APIs, transforming data, triggering workflows just based on particular events. And OpenAI's builder, it doesn't touch that work. It's not designed to. So here's your action plan. First, just stop obsessing over just tools. You already know enough technical stuff to be dangerous. What you need to focus on now is just understanding business operations. So pick one or two industries and become an expert in how those businesses actually work. So what are their revenue models? What are their biggest operational bottlenecks? What keeps them up at night? Just learn to speak their language, understand their challenges, and position yourself as someone who gets their business, not just someone who knows how to use tools. Second, develop your diagnostic skills. So when somebody comes to you with a problem, just train yourself to ask why. Ask why 5 times before you jump to any solutions. Most business owners, they are terrible at articulating their problems. They will tell you that they need a chatbot when what they really need is a better customer onboarding system. So they'll tell you that they need an email automation tool when what they really need is a clear value proposition. And your ability to diagnose the root cause, it separates you from every DIY solution out there. And third, just focus on delivering measurable business outcomes. Not features, not technical capabilities, real outcomes. So when you pitch a project, like, you should be able to say, like, this is going to reduce your customer support costs by $15,000 per month, or this is going to increase your lead conversion rate by, like, let's say 30%. That's what businesses actually pay for. They don't pay for agents, they pay for results. And if you want to go even deeper on this stuff, check out my school community. We have over close to 14,000 members now. And every single day, people are sharing real client conversations, real pricing strategies, real workflows that are making them money right now. It's completely free. And honestly, it's one of the best resources out there for people who are serious about building an AI business. And look, if you're at the very beginning of this journey and you need the fundamentals, like how to build your first automation or how to package your offer and how to actually get clients in the door, then you need to check out our 3-day AI agency challenge for just $50. We're going to walk you through building your first automation, practical automation, all using our plug and play templates, launching your agency website with the VSL funnel, and preparing your entire outreach system so that you can start booking calls immediately. We're going to keep it to just under 100 people, so everyone is going to get attention, and the first people get exclusive bonuses. But with that being said, you don't need that to be successful. But in any case, none of this is theory. This is the practical stuff that you need to focus on to actually run a successful AI business. So links down below in the description if you want in. But with that being said, like the demand for AI transformation, it's exploding right now. It's like nothing I've ever seen before. Where businesses, like they know they need to figure this stuff out, but they just have zero idea where to start. And OpenAI's builder, it's going to introduce millions more people to this concept of AI agents, which is awesome. And a meaningful percentage of those people are going to need help from someone who actually knows what they're doing. And that someone can be you, but only if you position yourself correctly. So this isn't about becoming the world's best OpenAI agent builder expert. It's about becoming the person who understands business problems so deeply that you can design AI solutions that actually create value. And it's about being able to just walk into a business and diagnose their biggest operational challenges. And then from there, being able to architect some systems that actually solve for them, whether that involves OpenAI, n8n, or any other tool. The tools will keep changing, new platforms will emerge and evolve. Some will succeed, some will fail. That's just the way it goes. But the fundamental need for people who can bridge the gap between business problems and technical solutions, it's not going anywhere. In fact, it's only going to get stronger as AI becomes more powerful and more accessible. So seriously, stop learning tools so much and just start learning businesses. Stop trying to become a technical expert and just start trying to become a business transformation partner. And stop competing on features and start competing on outcomes, because the agencies that are going to dominate this space over the next few years or even decade, they aren't going to be the ones with the deepest technical knowledge. They're going to be the ones who can walk into a business and understand what's actually broken and fix it in a way that actually creates measurable amounts of value. And OpenAI's builder, it doesn't change that. If anything, it's going to accelerate the need for it, because now you've got millions of business owners who are going to try to build these agents themselves, realize they're in over their heads, and start looking for someone who can actually help them and do it right. And if you've positioned yourself as that person, well, you're about to have a very good year. But thank you for watching. If you found this valuable, make sure to subscribe. Drop a like. Let me know in the comments what you think about OpenAI's Agent Builder. Are you seeing it as a threat yourself or as an opportunity? Really would like to hear your perspective. And if you're not already in our school community, seriously, get in there. It's completely free. You don't have anything to lose, and you're going to learn more from the conversations happening in that community than from any other course that you could buy. But thanks, guys. I'll see you in the next video.